Hello everybody, welcome back to From Rhythm to Algorithm Part 61, Strings and Springs. I haven't done a math or physics math language or physics or math specific video in a while, so I figured we would kind of address the complete and total global bullshit about the UFO report. Again, for a refresher, back in July, the United States Navy, again not the Air Force because water, came out with a report. They had 114 instances and they had no explanation, blah blah blah, bullshit. Anywhere on public discourse right now, you talk to someone at the Pentagon, there's a lot of activities over missile silos. So we'll just try to go through what you guys don't know, see what I can provide. I'll get off the top of my head. But I just want to start with a question. What is a string and what is a spring and what is the difference? A string, right? I don't have any strings, cloth, like an actual just fucking shoestring. My shoes don't have any strings on them. But in physics class, at the very beginning of this lecture, we did this thing. You take a solid object, you wiggle it with a rhythm. It looks like a string, looks like it's like jiggling or something. But a string, I'm going to call it a translational string. Springs, right, this is where it gets interesting, and right now, today in physics class, Hooke's law, I think that is very underrated. I think it might even be more general than F equals ma, right? Force equals negative kx, k being the spring constant. The only thing constant is a mass. Like if you're going to do a measurement, you weigh things. Like that's the only consistent way of measurement. So this might be in displacement from the center of the spring. But a spring has to be grounded somewhere, right? It has to have a connection. You can't compress a spring like an actual, like in your mattress, like a coil, a metal coil. So what is the technological difference in the English words spring and string? But you have to, the string has to be connected to something, right? There are no closed systems. So at the solar system level, at the galaxy level, at the universal level, we can bound that by the observable universe, and it would not be any different anywhere else. But what is the relationship, the conceptual relationship of what these two equations are supposed to mean? All right, mass is proportional to acceleration. Right? No, inversely proportional. So I would rather write force divided by mass equals acceleration. And I think you're back to your friends. I think United States came out there, this is still bullshit, I think. But what about the other global governments? Come on, guys. US is pretty new. It's a pretty young country. Look at our fucking media surrounding aliens and UFOs. Now subtract all of the violence and all of the weird shit and think of like the Nature Channel, David Attenborough doing some catch and release programs. That's the extent of it, for sure. How does the technology work? I saw some shit on PBS Space Time, you guys talking about a barrier, because when we talk about Hooke's law in physics class, you'll talk about, again, like through the center of a sphere, through a contained system. There are no closed systems. So what's like the shape of the universe? Let's ask a limited question. What is the shape of an eddy current, a whirlpool, and a fucking stream? Right? How do you substantially exceed escape velocities? Right? It's not a three-body mass problem, it's a fuck-ton mass body problem. So the physical intuition of how do you speed up real fast is as a cone, right? We say light cones. No, motherfuckers, mass cones. Right? You drop a coin on a Make-A-Wish Foundation donation bin, and it swirls around, down, speeds up. It coils, it springs, right? Spring into action. The current is a spring water. So I think it's like the reverse of this, and then there's just huge black hole, and I think magnets. Can you have magnetic springs, right? I think the difference between the word string and spring is material. I don't think for spaceships, I don't think I'm very confident materials don't matter. I know it's one chassis, one continuous thing. I'm very confident that geometry is preserving the signal. How do you generate and sustain the signal? I think this is how they accelerate. I don't think they have any fuel. But again, I just keep thinking of the fucking Transformer movie. Like the first one, they have the all-spark cube. I don't need fucking aliens. How would you preserve the signal? Geometry. How would you generate a signal? Open question. You guys found some frequencies, you flew some fucking spaceships, and you got pulled over. Who did that? I think you had some tall, gray friends. What is Hooke's law trying to describe? You guys thought it had something to do with a barrier. No. The barriers would preserve the signals. Mass is mass. Electrons take up space. It's literally the definition of mass. So the only thing the barriers would be doing is preserving something. Magnetics. That's what I got for strings and springs off the top of my head. And again, obviously, let me make sure I'm still wrong and say some other things. So again, that's just freestyle off the top of my head. Again, I know what I'm talking about. But the rhythm is proportional to acceleration. We use the example of a weightlifter jiggling a bar. How do we go from rhythm to algorithm? How do we go from the physical principle of rhythm to the structured algorithms of programming, of set paths? Right? Espanol, random language proof. Senda, path. Camino, way. Calle, road. Senda and camino would be first. Senda, camino, probably camino. 2 syllables, senda. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud. Rhythm is proportional to acceleration. Force equals mass times acceleration. Rhythm is proportional to acceleration. The magnetic springs, how about locally induced ones? Just do examples here on the tabletops. Can you induce magnetics, dynamics that like move some sort of movement with magnetics that it loses its signal and then you can't? You guys got some spaceships you can fly, some you can't. Do some of them, you got some frequency, cool. Oscillation causes frequency. Oscillation of mass causes frequency of vibration, of momentum, of the momentum vector space. Rhythm is proportional to acceleration. I like writing acceleration as force divided by mass. Feeling cute. Still conjecturing. Not really, I'm not conjecturing. Magnetic, what the fuck does that word mean? No magnetic monopoles. Magnetic monopoles should not exist. Absolute zero does not exist. Infinite biological uniqueness, therefore that's infinite mean-free paths. Each black body is unique that is also radiating. Radiation is the product of oscillation, of mass, of systems preserving heat. Temperature is the preservation of heat. I don't know, you guys wanted some science, there's some science. Thanks for watching part 61, Strings and Springs.